with the idea of pedophilia. But I've never insulted him.
Talking about
call him any names.
how he supports
rape
and pedophilia
with him, and I have shown some
on.
righteous anger towards the things he has said. As a matter of fact, I think most people will tell me, why do you take his abuse, the lumberjack analogy, referring to me as the gay lumberjack, and I turned it against him without being vulgar. And that's kind of been my niche, to turn things against him while keeping it Christian-like. So I pat myself on the back for that. I think I've done pretty, considering how angry he's made me at times. I've had to actually sit down for a couple days and just let the anger pass before I respond, so that way I don't.
Well, I mean, Jesus Freak, I did see you made a video called "Give Me a Move," and and then he responded by, yeah. So I mean, you could look at that, and let's see what else. And then let's see, what was the other video? Gosh, slipping my mind that he made, and that you responded to. I don't. It's slipping my mind. So the point is that yes, exclusive interview with Jesus Freak. Yeah, I mean, you were pretty. I know you were pretty upset by that, and but I saw your response to him. But then in private, you like threatened him and things like what he said and things like that. So it just seems to me, why not just forget the guy? And I don't know. I mean, he said like he said that you. He edited you to say that you whore out your own children. I mean, that's pretty. That's bad.
Once again, to defend myself, in that video where he was very offensive, I was not offensive to him. It was actually pretty reasonable. I would challenge you to show me how I did anything that really wasn't. That was totally a line for a Christian. I didn't insult him. I didn't call him any names. I didn't tell him. I didn't say anything that was offensive. At least I tried not to. Yeah, I might call him stupid or say he's foolish or moron. He's ever deserved. So I'm not a saint, but I think I've been very, very patient, and I think that patience is worth it. Because now I've weathered the storm, and now people see, wow, Jesus Freak is never going to come down to his level. Jesus Freak always keeps it
above
table, respectable and decent. So I think if anything else, people can see how a Christian should respond or can respond without losing their morality. And Dr. please,
definitely one of the better Christians.
Your little postal cards or whatever. If you want to own up and be a man and say something, please.
Probably even the best Christian on here.
Yeah, but Jesus Freak, I mean, I'm trying to, add anything, but, you did start it. I mean, you made the first video saying, just everything atheist gets owned, and, so...
True, a bit of antagonism.
You did for going after, him, and maybe some other atheists. I haven't watched all your videos.
Okay, Saint Star, listen to this. You just asked me a question. Well, you said, now, if I were to turn around and call you a dirtbag, horrible, child-molesting pedophile, and then someone else were to talk about our dialogue, they could easily say, well, Saint Star, you started it, you asked him questions, and then Jesus Freak totally became... I have gone back to The Amazing Atheist probably long before you've been on YouTube. It's been years that The Amazing Atheist that I have talked. I have talked to him, but when Brett Keane was in his prime. I've made so many responses to The Amazing Atheist, it's beyond crazy. that owning the Amazing Atheist was not my first response to him. I've made many responses to him, and they've always been decent and they've always been fair. And when I owned him, I owned the argument. It was very clear. I was owning his silly argument. I didn't denigrate him. I didn't insult him. So if he turns around and denigrates me and insults me, please don't say I'm at fault because I challenged some silly notions that he said.
Do you mean GTA video?
If I walk around saying silly things and you challenge them, it doesn't mean you've lowered yourself to become immoral. It means you've challenged the things I've said. Now, if you challenge the things I say with insults, then you're...
I don't recall you pawning the Amazing Atheist. All I recall really, actually, so far is the GTA 4 video, which you looked very pompous in. I'd be responding to you directly, but...
I just kicked Dr. Chandler from the room. If anybody else wants to make little
oh,
drawings of people's heads being cut off, I'll gladly kick you too.
I understand.
This would be a good point to
Out
bring
of
up.
fairness to the Amazing Atheist, I will give him credit. He's been very responsible, very respectful to a degree. He's been humorous, and I'm learning the difference between his humor and his venom. So I have nothing bad to say about TJ. I wish he wasn't an atheist. I don't like the way he presents his ideas at times.
Yeah.
I wish him nothing but the best. That's why I think it's worth talking to atheists on YouTube and having discussions. I think it's worth talking. As soon as you turn your, plug your ears and say, I'm better than you, then you become a bad Christian. I don't want to be a Christian that thinks I'm better than other people. I just want to be a guy that's in the same boat with everybody else. I want everybody to agree on that same destination, or whatever. I want everybody else to make it that same destination. Not because I'm better, just because I think it'd be best for people.
Cool. Amanda entering the room. Commented from the Bronx. I had the ultimate point against my friend TAA.
The official word is we do not refer to him as Amendum. He is I Madman.
I'm Madman.
JezuzFreek. You're lagging too.
Everyone's lagging. Let's just stick him for you. I need you. That'd be a good part to break off.